My small chest led my mom to drag me to the doctor. My chest was so small that my biological mom suspected I wasn't going through puberty properly, so she dragged me to see a doctor. And that doctor turned out to be my ex-boyfriend, whom I'd broken up with just a month ago. He was aloof, his voice distant. Lift your shirt to your collarbone, take off your bra. Then he deliberately provoked me, it really is small. I gritted my teeth, blaming him. My small chest is because my ex-boyfriend didn't try hard enough. Before I finished speaking, I was pressed down onto the examination bed. He leaned in close, his voice husky with a hint of danger. The examination wasn't thorough enough. It seems I'll have to try harder. Number 52, Jiang Tuesday, please proceed to examination room number 2. As the automated voice called out my name at the reception desk, I gripped my hands tightly, glaring at the 6 large characters on the room's nameplate, Breast Surgery Department, Gushurin. My eyes darted to the glass, catching a glimpse of a familiar slender figure inside. His thin white lab coat revealed a narrow waist, reminding me of Unspoken Images. Just a month ago, that very waist was pressed against me, his mouth saying, just one last time. Yet now he wore an air of solemnity and coldness. What are you spacing out for? My mom gave my back a painful smack. Dr. Gu is a specialist who studied abroad. You have to book an appointment with him down to the second. It's thanks to me being friends with his mom that I managed to get this. Before I could even ask how my mom knew his mom, I heard a frosty voice. Next. The door swung open. The man I hadn't seen in a month wore a blue mask, his lab coat sleeves slightly rolled up, his eyes distant, eyebrows slightly raised. Want to get back together? I'm here for a checkup. I stiffened my neck as I spoke, catching sight of his Adam's apple subtly moving. Where do you feel unwell? Before I could speak, my mom darted in like an arrow. Little Gu, I'm Auntie Jiang, your mom's friend. Can you take a look at my daughter? Her chest is so small, is she not developing properly? My mom's voice echoed throughout the examination room. As for me, my 10 toes had already automatically dug out a magic castle. Auntie. Gushurin pushed his glasses up his nose. Breast size is related to genetics, nutrition. Right, that's right. My mom nodded vigorously. Did she drink the wrong formula milk when she was little? When Gushurin wrote in the medical record, family suspects formula milk caused patients poor breast development, I had already finished building phase 2 of my magic castle. If I'm guilty, please let the law punish me. Don't make me suffer the indignity of my mom suspecting I'm not developing properly because of my small chest, and forcing me to see a doctor. And that doctor turns out to be my ex-boyfriend. A manual examination is needed. Gushurin stood up, smiling politely towards my mom. Please wait outside, family member. I clutched the registration paper tightly, forcing a smile that couldn't have been more fake. Can I change doctors? He didn't even lift his head, his voice indifferent and distant. Turn right outside, re-register from the beginning. Oh, forget it, the wait is too long. My mom immediately pressed me down onto the examination bed. What's wrong with a male doctor? Why are you young people so old-fashioned? In a doctor's eyes, there's no gender distinction. I wanted to collapse on the spot. In a doctor's eyes, there's no gender, but what about in an ex-boyfriend's eyes? And he's a breast surgeon, what does that have to do with uneven development? Gushurin drew the curtain, adjusted his glasses on the bridge of his nose, and gestured to me. Lift your shirt, take off your bra. I gripped the hem of my shirt, glaring at him. You're taking personal revenge. He slipped his hands into his lab coat pockets, his expression unchanged, calmly reminding me, Ms. Jiang, firstly, you made the appointment with me. Secondly, I am a doctor, examining patients is my duty. Lastly, what part of you haven't I seen before? Me. Alright, fine. I gritted my teeth, took a deep breath, and unhooked my bra. Then I closed my eyes, turned my head, and pulled up my shirt. His hand was cool, and its touch on my skin sent a shiver through me. Don't be nervous. Who's nervous? Heart rate is elevated. The corner of his lips curved slightly as he seriously lowered his head to examine me. Do you feel anything? I turned my head away, huffing softly. No. No? He frowned, a hint of surprise in his expression. No means no. Dr. Gu's skills are too poor. We've broken up, do I still have to act? Unable to win physically, I resorted to a verbal attack. Humph, my skills are poor. He lowered his head slightly, his eyes piercing through his glasses directly at me, his voice low and cold. Jiang Tuesday, remember your conscience when you speak. I silently cursed, isn't my conscience currently being touched by you? His hand applied more pressure. How about this time? Me, it feels like you're squeezing me. He looked up, staring at me, and sighed. Does it hurt? No. Do you feel chest tightness? No. Do you normally feel itchy? Oh, right, the itch isn't here. Me. Gu Shiren, have you touched enough? My face flushed, I sat up, almost hitting his chin. Don't you know if I'm sick or not? Currently, I don't see any problems, but... He finally released his hands from me, and his soft chuckle filled the room. It really is small. I gritted my teeth, retorting indignantly, my small chest is because my ex-boyfriend didn't know how to try hard enough. Suddenly, his arm wrapped around my waist, and I instinctively fell into his embrace, the faint woody scent of his lab coat reaching my nose. His breathing quickened, and his voice carried a hint of danger. Oh, really, you want me to try again? Playing the same old games? His face was filled with undisguised mockery. That's right, we got together because I shamelessly pursued him, and he was so bothered by me that he had no choice but to agree. Back then, I went for a checkup with my best friend, and the moment I saw Gu Shiren, I fell instantly. White lab coat, gold-rimmed glasses, broad shoulders, long legs, maximum level of ascetic aura. I'm also a hand enthusiast, especially when he lowered his head to type on the computer, writing medical records, those slender, veiny hands. Every time he moved a little, my heart would jump out of my chest. I clung to the doorframe, swallowing repeatedly, my heart pounding. It was then that I understood what the suspension bridge effect was. Now, let me build a heart bridge. My best friend's heart raced from looking at the handsome doctor, and I forced her to stay in the hospital for a month. From then on, I became an unofficial employee of the breast surgery department. In the mornings, I brought bubble tea and was criticized for too much sugar. At noon, I brought him meals and was complained about for unbalanced nutrition. In the evenings, I pretended to bump into him and was lectured about my daily routine. After 30 consecutive days of feigning hypoglycemia and falling into his arms, Gu Shiren finally cornered me on the stairs. Jiang Tuesday, what exactly do you want? You. I gritted my teeth, stood on my tiptoes, and pulled down his tie. Is that okay? Dr. Gu, my heart races every time I see you. What do you say I should do? After that, he pushed me against the wall and kissed me senseless. Only then did I realize that even a flower on the mountaintop can bite when provoked. But then I also discovered that he was a living version of Tang Sanzang. It took 3 months of dating for him to hold my hand, and half a year for him to kiss me. Every time I wanted to go further, he would use his mesmerizing gaze to refuse me. That's too fast. I persistently pursued him for half a year and finally used a honey trap to get him. However, this aloof flower was anything but cold in bed. Each time, he left me half dead with pleasure. Love should be sweet. But his work was peculiar. He was almost glued to the operating table every day. Leaving home before 7 a.m. and returning at 8 or 9 p.m. was common. When he got home, I wanted some affection, but he was busy reviewing medical records, writing theses, and studying for exams. Even a donkey on a farm would call him Big Brother. In the prime of my youth, I craved him desperately. I couldn't stand this on-again, off-again lifestyle. On my birthday, I had been celibate for half a month. I swore I definitely had to get him in bed. But then, as the movie just started, he received a call and rushed back to the hospital. I watched the entire movie alone, ate all the hot pot, feeling lonely and wrong to the point of tears. I texted him, but he didn't bother to reply. When I brought food to the hospital to visit him, he was sitting with a female doctor, engrossed in discussing medical records, completely oblivious to his surroundings. Both of their faces held admiring glances for each other. They truly looked like a perfect match. At that moment, the flame in my heart suddenly extinguished. Gusharan was the type of person, only good for bed, not for marriage. He was a talented doctor at a top hospital, while I was just an online novelist and a fan of handsome men. We truly weren't in the same league. And at that very moment, I suddenly, no longer desired to sleep with him. So, I initiated the breakup. He asked for the reason, and I chose a hurtful truth: your technique is too bad. Then I turned and blocked all his contact information. After the breakup, he didn't contact me again. In short, I dumped him. But now, I had accidentally booked an appointment with him, which, in the eyes of outsiders, looked like I regretted it and was trying to get back with him. I quickly turned my back, fumbling with my bra clasp. Dr. Gu, don't overthink it. My mom made this appointment, not me. Besides, men. I don't play second chances. I lifted my head to retort, refusing to be weak. But the bra clasp wouldn't cooperate. While I was fumbling, his shadow loomed behind me. One hand wrapped around my waist, gently helping me fasten the clasp. The sudden action left me completely unprepared. He calmly spoke, his voice faint, "No need to thank me. It's just a familiar skill." I used to tease him about his flexible hands, capable of both holding a scalpel and unhooking a bra with one hand. I gritted my teeth, deliberately provoking him. Dr. Gu is so thoughtful, even fastening bras for female patients. He smiled faintly, not an ounce of shame on his face. It's nothing. It's also my first time meeting a female patient who came for a checkup because of a small chest. Me. The air fell silent for a few seconds. I was still thinking of a comeback when my mom knocked and entered the room. Seeing my bad complexion, my mom immediately turned to ask, "Dr. Gu, my daughter isn't sick, is she?" Gusharan stepped back to maintain his distance. "Don't worry, Auntie, there's no problem." My mom breathed a sigh of relief. That's good, that's good. But then she asked with a pained expression, "But her sister and I are both D cups, why is she only an A?" I silently buried my face in my hands. Perhaps? He suppressed a laugh and pushed his glasses up his nose. "She takes after her uncle." The air froze. My mom still wouldn't give up, so my daughter, does she still have a chance to improve? I recommend eating more papaya. His eyes glanced at me, a meaningful smile on his face. In addition, massage can also be effective. Some women during lactation can experience secondary development. My mom slapped her thigh, enlightened. I get it. That means she needs a man. She turned to look at him, her eyes bright. "Little Gu, your mom told me you just broke up, right? What do you think of my daughter?" My head felt like it was about to explode. I quickly pulled my mom aside, whispering, "Mom, can you please stop making a scene?" My mom impatiently stomped her foot. I just looked at Dr. Gu's resume. PhD, Associate Chief, young and talented. Most importantly, he's handsome. Perfect genes for our family. If I were 20 years younger, I would have gone for it. He just broke up, he's in a vulnerable period, you should seize the opportunity and make your move. Hey, Dr. Gu, why don't we add each other on Zalo? That way, if Jiang Tuesday feels unwell later, it'll be convenient to ask you? Gusharan looked up at me. I frantically blinked signals, because he was still on my blacklist. Okay. He pulled out his phone, opened the QR code, and held it directly in front of me. "Ms. Jiang, please scan it yourself." I gritted my teeth, took out my phone, and scanned the code. Beep. The screen displayed his profile picture with a clear message. Added to blacklist, you will not receive messages from this person. Haven't received a friend request yet, he gently reminded. I gritted my teeth, secretly unblocked him. Done. He smiled and nodded. Then I'll send Ms. Jiang the post-examination instructions. I silently rolled my eyes. Just kidding, what instructions are there for small breasts? A few minutes later, he sent a Zalo message. PDF file, comprehensive breast massage guide. Correct massage helps stimulate development and prevent breast hyperplasia. I gritted my teeth and smiled. Dr. Gu is truly dedicated. Gu Shiren, I can provide free guidance. Daughter, listen to mom, you absolutely must catch Dr. Gu. On the way home, my mom gripped my hand tightly, looking like a goblin who had caught Tang Sanzang. His father is a university professor, and his mother is the leader of our anti-square dance team. Mom, we're not compatible. I clung to the car door, struggling in despair. How do you know you're not compatible until you try? It seemed my mom was addicted to Gu Shiren. I wished I could just shove him straight onto my bed myself. The next day, as I was snacking and watching a movie, she suddenly appeared like a ghost. Go change your clothes, Aunt Sue will be here soon. I hugged my bag of snacks, intending to escape, then I'll go to my room and watch the movie. She pressed me down onto the couch. You child, someone's coming over, it's rude to hide. I continued chewing potato chips, my voice lethargic. She's your friend, not mine. She pulled me back, narrowing her eyes with a smile, but you know her son. Before she finished speaking, the doorbell rang. My mom darted out like the wind. The two aunties chattered like sparrows the moment they met. Oh my, you came just to visit, why bring so much? Heard Tuesday is home, so I brought some snacks. Oh my goodness, it's all Tuesday's favorite. That's right, Gu Shiren picked them all out, what a coincidence, isn't it? It wasn't until I heard a familiar voice say, hello, Auntie, nice to see you again. My hand froze, and I instinctively looked up. Half a potato chip was still in my mouth. I saw Gu Shiren standing at the doorway, wearing a tailored charcoal gray suit, a neat tie, carrying bags of gifts big and small, looking exactly like he was coming over to propose. Oh my, is this Tuesday? So pretty. I awkwardly greeted her, hello, Auntie. My mom nudged me with her elbow, why aren't you pouring tea for our guest? The two mothers quickly took center stage on the sofa. Gu Shiren and I sat beside them, smiling like statues. My daughter just loves to play all day, not like your little Gu, so young and already an associate chief. I hear he even skipped grades, tall and handsome, you're so blessed. You're the one who's blessed, having such an understanding daughter, like a warm little cotton coat. My son, just like his father, is always like a block of wood, only knows how to work. The two mothers began their mutual praise session. Gu Shiren and I remained silent. Seeing this, the two mothers gently pushed the atmosphere. Young people, you have a lot to talk about, just chat freely. My son is too serious, doesn't know how to pursue girls. Don't be shy, you'll get to know each other. Get to know each other? We almost bit each other's lips off. I stayed silent, lowering my head and pretending to be a quail. Gu Shiren silently peeled an apple. My eyes were glued to his slender hands. The knife peeled smoothly, and the apple was peeled into a spiral like a work of art. The two mothers' conversation grew more and more heated, and somehow, it drifted to the topic of me and him. I heard Tuesday is also single, right? That's right, she used to date someone, but they broke up before I even got to meet him. My son is the same, too quiet, got dumped but pretends it's nothing. Tuesday's ex-boyfriend was even worse. I heard he was secretly flirting with female colleagues at the hospital. I secretly tugged on my mom's sleeve, oh my god, Mom, please say less. But no one could stop my mom once she was in the zone. I heard he's also a doctor. Which hospital? Maybe little Gu knows him. I bowed my head and drank water frantically. Gu Shiren's hand paused, and the apple peel made a snapping sound, breaking off. He suddenly looked up, a probing look flashing in his eyes behind his glasses. Is that so? My mom continued to stab the knife. Tuesday told me he was impotent, right? I almost choked on my water, coughing violently, clutching my chest. Gusharan reached out and patted my back. Oh my, little Gu is so thoughtful. This couple looks more and more compatible. My mom pulled Aunt Sue's hand and dragged her away. Right, it's almost time for square dancing downstairs, isn't it? Yes, let's go down quickly. The two mothers disappeared at lightning speed. I stood up and went to my room. Gusharan quietly followed. I'm warning you, walking into a girl's room in broad daylight, even a doctor needs medical ethics, you know? I was about to close the door when he propped it open with his elbow, his voice calm. Someone's strawberry bear bedsheets are still in my room. Then change them. I glared. Change them to those sterile blue sheets you like. A long leg was wedged straight into the door crack, and he casually squeezed into the room as if nothing had happened. Jiang Tuesday, when did I ever flirt with a female colleague? My mom said it, not me. Dr. Gu, don't project. Then why did we break up? I stiffened my neck, stubbornly replying, bad technique, I got bored. He suddenly leaned in close, his nose almost touching my forehead. Bad technique, yet we had to change the sheets every time. Me. I'm so angry. He moved past me. I raised my leg to kick him. But at that very moment, my calf cramped excruciatingly. I screamed, falling forward into his arms. Heaven and earth knew, it hurt so much I almost met my ancestors. He reacted incredibly quickly, supporting me. What's wrong? I have a cramp. It hurts like hell. My previous arrogant demeanor immediately crumbled. Don't move, relax. He picked me up and laid me horizontally on the bed. Where does it hurt? Cough, thigh. Upper thigh. He gently pressed his fingertips on the muscle above my knee. Here? I whimpered from the pain. Higher, even higher. His finger slid upwards. Here? I hugged my knees, gritting my teeth. Gusharan, don't you dare take advantage of this situation. The corner of his lips curved almost imperceptibly. It might be due to sudden overstretching of the leg muscles, causing muscle spasms and leading to a cramp. Relax your leg. His hand gently massaged. The rigid, aching sensation gradually faded. I have to admit, his hands really did work wonders. His fingers brushed against my strawberry print pajamas. Feel better now? I tried moving my leg. It doesn't hurt anymore. The location of the cramp was on the inner thigh, and my current lying position was quite suggestive. I lightly kicked him. No need to massage anymore. But he held my ankle, his warm palm pressed against my skin. Leaving you alone on your birthday was my fault, but that patient had a heart penetration. Who wants to hear a work report? I kicked his chest. In you doctor's eyes, there are only patients. He fundamentally didn't understand why I was angry. Saving lives is his calling, I understood that. But who would be happy being stood up by their boyfriend on their birthday, only to then catch him smiling and chatting with another girl? And he didn't even bother to comfort me. I turned my head away, refusing to look at him. Jiang Tuesday. He suddenly looked up. The day you blocked me, on the 21st day, there was a traffic accident patient with the same name as you. That day, I was scared to death. I was stunned. That day, I frantically searched for you for 4 hours. Finally, I found you partying in a bar with your friends. His eyes drooped, a hint of vulnerability. Like a wounded large dog. I didn't know what to say anymore. Everything suddenly got so complicated. The air suddenly heated up. He looked up, loosening his tie. Then he unbuttoned 3 buttons of his shirt. Slightly tilted up, his half-exposed neck and clearly visible collarbone met my gaze. He leaned in close, his lips almost brushing my earlobe. Honey, don't be angry anymore, okay? His breath was hot. My ear was both hot and tingly. Looking at his face, I was uselessly melting again. He leaned in closer, drawing out his voice seductively. Honey, want a kiss? This wicked man was seducing me again. Physiological reactions are truly unstoppable. It's been so long since. I really want to pin him down right here. It would be a waste not to kiss him. Downstairs, the square dance team's song "Drunken Butterfly" echoed. It felt like we were doing something illicit. The music intertwined with the suggestive sounds of kissing. It was so stimulating it drove one wild. We kissed until the world spun. That guide you sent me, have you practiced it? Not yet. His fingers began to wander restlessly. As your doctor in charge, I can personally guide you. I suddenly remembered what his mother had said, that boy is very serious. I silently cursed, what serious person touches everywhere while kissing like this? A pervert in a suit. Just as we were kissing, unable to tear ourselves away, my phone vibrated. My mom's frantic voice came from the other end. Tuesday. Your grandma fainted downstairs. Without another thought, Gusharin and I rushed downstairs. I saw my mom holding a box of heart medication, frantically running back and forth. Gusharin immediately slipped into his professional doctor persona. Have you called 911 yet? Called, they're almost here. His fingers rested on my grandma's wrist, taking her pulse, acute myocardial infarction. Don't move her, keep the patient in place and wait for the ambulance. With his other hand, he quickly unbuttoned her collar and began immediate cardiopulmonary resuscitation on the spot. Soon after, the ambulance arrived. My whole family immediately followed to the hospital. We waited for a very long time. Until the emergency room door finally opened. Fortunately, Dr. Gu performed timely first aid. She's out of danger now. She needs a few days of rest, then she'll need coronary artery bypass surgery. Dr. Gu will be performing the operation directly. The whole family finally breathed a sigh of relief. Until another doctor looked at Gusharin, teasing, "Oh, Dr. Gu is looking quite stylish today, huh?" At this moment, all eyes turned to us. Gusharin's shirt collar was almost completely undone. His Adam's apple clearly bore a bright red hickey in the shape of a strawberry. As for me, my clothes were disheveled, and in our rush to leave the house, we were each wearing one slipper. Both of our lips were swollen red as if from intense kissing. My mom's eyes widened in reaction. You too, were you secretly kissing in the room? The air fell silent. Gusharin awkwardly buttoned his shirt. I pretended to cough lightly, stammering a lie. We just ate spicy noodles, that's all. The group of people stood there, half believing, half doubting. Just then, Gusharin pointed towards the hospital bed. Grandma's awake. All attention shifted away from us. He stepped closer. How do you feel now, Grandma? Do you feel any chest tightness? As soon as my grandma opened her eyes and saw his face, she was startled and exclaimed, "Oh my goodness, am I really dead? Why do I see an immortal being?" My mom, half smiling, half crying, reminded her, "Mom, this is Dr. Gu, he's the one who saved you. In a few days, he'll also be the one operating on you." My grandma immediately sobered up, nodding profusely in thanks. "Thank you so much, young doctor." "And, are you married?" Gusharin politely replied, "No, not yet." My grandma's eyes suddenly lit up. "You saved my life, I should repay you." "How about my granddaughter, repays you with her life?" "Me, beside her?" My whole family is truly obsessed with handsome men. My grandma pointed at me. "Look, is my granddaughter okay?" He secretly glanced at me, the corner of his lips curving slightly. "She's very good." My grandma took my hand, sighing sadly. "Tuesday, I just met your great-great-grandmother in a dream. She said I wouldn't make it past this year, unless you get married so she can bring good fortune." "Me? Huh?" The two mothers standing by, upon hearing this, began checking the calendar for wedding dates. "Let the kids get married right away." My grandma chimed in continuously. "Is the dowry enough? If not, sell your grandfather's precious rosewood furniture." My head felt like it was about to explode. My grandma was just like my mom. She had been poisoned by Gusher and lying in the hospital bed. She kept mentioning my grandson-in-law bringing good fortune. As soon as she saw me enter the room, she immediately held up a small box of pastries. Tuesday, look, little Gu bought these for me, they're so delicious. I pouted, pretending to be annoyed. I bought some for you too, right? Why don't you praise me? The ones you bought are moldy. Those were pork floss sponge cakes. Mid-sentence, Gusharin walked in with 2 cups of bubble tea, smiling gently. Grandma, here's the bubble tea you asked for. My eyes widened. No way, you just left the emergency room and you're already eating pastries and drinking bubble tea? My grandma hugged her cup of bubble tea, slurping noisily. So what? Me. Gusharin suppressed a laugh, handing me the other cup, brown sugar boba fresh milk, sugar-free. I guess he's thoughtful. I also hugged my bubble tea cup and slurped noisily. My grandma looked at us sitting next to each other, then pulled my hand and sighed. Tuesday, I dreamed of your great-great-grandmother again last night. She said if you get married this year and have a grandchild next year, she can live to be 100 years old. Me? Yesterday you said you dreamed of your great-great-grandmother playing mahjong for you in the underworld? There's no contradiction. My grandma pulled down her oxygen mask, saying boldly, what are you two dilly-dallying here for? You're hindering my longevity. Go do the important work. I'm waiting to hold a grandchild. Gusharin and I were kicked out of the hospital room. In the hallway, he slowly took off the stethoscope hanging around his neck. The smell of medical alcohol mixed with a faint woody cologne wafted over. I have surgery this afternoon, probably won't have time to nurture you properly. How about we wait until I get off work? Me. Gu. Sure. I haven't even agreed to get back together with you yet. Who wants to do anything with you? How could he say such subtly teasing things with that cold expression? What are you thinking? He curved his lips into a smile, lightly tapping my head. I mean, it's time to eat, but I don't have much time to eat with you. Me. You scoundrel, you're clearly doing it on purpose. I ignored him. He reached out and stroked my head, as if petting a cat. There are no good restaurants near the hospital. Time is limited, can we just eat at the cafeteria? I originally intended to refuse. But my stomach, disobediently, grumbled twice. So, I quietly followed him. After choosing our food, we found a place to sit. The cafeteria was full of his colleagues. Seeing me with Gusharin, everyone teased, Dr. Gu, bringing your family for a meal, are we? He smiled and nodded. He looked strangely serious. He was exactly the same when we were dating before. He was even shy about holding hands, always needing to maintain his image. That's why people used to gossip behind his back. I wonder if Dr. Gu really likes his girlfriend. He doesn't look intimate at all. Heaven knows, when he took off his white lab coat, he would exhaust me so much I couldn't get out of bed. This guy truly was the cold on the outside, hot on the inside type, clearly two-faced. Just then, a girl waved us over. Brother Gu, there's still room over here. It was his junior colleague, currently his intern assistant. When I was pursuing him, she contributed quite a few ideas. And drank quite a few of the bubble teas I bought. Gusharin carried his tray, leading me to sit with them. As soon as she saw me, her eyes lit up. Sister Tuesday. It's been so long since you came to visit the hospital. I opened my mouth, the words reaching my throat before I swallowed them. Should I say it was because we broke up so I didn't come anymore? He's busy, I didn't want to bother him. The junior colleague didn't think much of it, giggling, Sister, please bother him. Lately, Brother Gu has been like a rock missing his wife. Outsiders even thought he got dumped. Gusharin glared at his junior colleague, his voice stern, have you finished writing the medical records? The junior colleague immediately lowered her head. A few other colleagues curiously peeked over. I heard that Dr. Gu's sister-in-law pursued him. We're really curious, how did you manage to conquer such an aloof flower? I awkwardly scratched my head. Well, persistent pursuit, just shamelessly pursued him. Just then, a sarcastic voice came from the opposite table. I really admire those girls who have the courage to pursue someone. I hear men rarely refuse someone who offers themselves. But one day, they'll get bored, won't they? I looked up. It was that same female doctor from the other day. Flames of anger shot up. I was about to retort, but my junior colleague spoke first, mimicking her tone. Dr. Han, where do you read all those toxic chicken soup articles? May I ask my colleagues here, if Louis Fay pursued you, would you get bored? Several male doctors chimed in. I'd kneel every day to welcome her home. I'd smile even in my dreams. I'd even change my surname. My junior colleague proudly tossed her head. See, sister-in-law is beautiful and has a lovely personality, sitting next to Brother Gu, they're truly a perfect match. Besides, Brother Gu has always been serious. I remember last month, there was a female intern with huge breasts who wore tank tops every day waiting for him to get off work. Brother Gu almost called security. My junior colleague continued, full of sarcasm, is the food too salty today? Brother Gu has a girlfriend, what's your hurry, Dr. Han? Outsiders might think Dr. Han has a secret crush on someone else's husband, and that would be a bit unethical, wouldn't it? Oh my God. My junior colleague's mouth. I have to buy her 10 more bubble teas. The other female doctor's face turned as red as a ripe tomato. With a smack, she threw her chopsticks on the table and turned to leave. A few colleagues whispered, Gen Z is really brave, usually no one dares to provoke Han Tan Na, and she's even the director's relative. My junior colleague shrugged nonchalantly, I'm a poor intern, what am I afraid of? Then she glanced at Gu Shiren meaningfully, her voice fawning, besides, I have big Brother Gu. Brother Gu will protect me, right, hee hee. Unexpectedly, after eating, when I went to the restroom, I ran into Dr. Han. She was standing in front of Gu Shiren, her eyes red, hands clenched, trembling. Gu Shiren, I thought you always understood my feelings. Her voice choked. When we were students, teachers, and friends all said we were a match made in heaven. At that time, you said you didn't have time for dating, so I waited. But what about you? You chose to be with a girl who clung to you. I'm truly disappointed, it turns out you're just an ordinary man enchanted by beauty. As she spoke, tears fell. That girl named Jian Tuesday, you can tell she's not decent, you too. Gu Shiren frowned, cutting her off coldly, Han Tan Na, what right do you have to judge Jian Tuesday? An open personality, daring to pursue someone she likes, in your eyes, is that not decent? Being women, why do you harbor so much malice towards your own gender? His gaze at her revealed undisguised anger. She opened her mouth, wanting to speak but stopping, but you two are clearly not a match. I'm not reconciled. Why did I secretly like you for so many years, only to lose to someone like that? Clearly, I'm superior to her in education, family background, career. Gu Shiren let out a cold laugh, his voice unusually stern, Han Tan Na, I admit you have advantages, and I once respected you greatly. But the country trained you for so many years, not for you to attack other women for a man. Such actions are truly cheap. His gaze suddenly sharpened, a hint of annoyance flickering in his eyes. Moreover, in my eyes, Jian Tuesday is the best. Every aspect of her is better than you. Self-confidence is not a bad thing, but excessive narcissism only makes people laugh at you. I genuinely advise you, if you have delusions, you should go to the 3rd floor and register for the psychiatry department. Han Tan Na was stunned, never expecting a man who was always so polite and gentle to be so direct. Gu Shiren, you. But Gu Shiren wasn't finished, or, are you saying all this because you're jealous that Tuesday is prettier than you? As soon as the words left his mouth, Han Tan Na stood frozen, utterly flustered. The truth is hard to hear, but your slandering of Jian Tuesday truly makes me very uncomfortable. This man, when he scolded someone, was truly exceptional. But hearing it felt incredibly satisfying. Why didn't I know he had this side before? Han Tan Na's face turned red, and she wiped her tears and ran off. As soon as he turned around, He saw me standing there with my arms crossed, my eyes spitting fire. So, Dr. Gu is so charming. Not only does he have big-chested doctors clinging to him, but he also has female colleagues who have secretly loved him for years. I intentionally spoke sarcastically. He took my hand, feigning innocence. I swear, I haven't even glanced at her. I puffed with contempt. I don't believe it. She's liked you for so many years, and you don't know? Are you kidding me? He hastily explained. I swear, heaven and earth know, I truly had no idea. And honestly, I have no feelings for her. Tuesday, you've always been my only girlfriend. I was slightly stunned. In my heart, a silly joy swelled up. Does that mean Gusharan is clean and pure, completely belonging only to me? I don't believe it. Don't tell me you've been alone for so many years. He sighed helplessly, stroking my head. You don't understand the hardships of medical students. Endless studying, endless theses, where is there time for dating? Once you start working, you're constantly swamped with patients, operating all day. I pouted. So, isn't Dr. Han perfect for you? You can date and work at the same time. He smiled helplessly. I'm looking for a wife, not a colleague to form a research group with. I don't want to bury myself in work when I'm at work, and then come home and continue talking about medicine. Just hearing about it makes me tired. I looked directly into his eyes, pressing on. What about that big-chested intern your junior colleague mentioned? Are you sure you never even glanced at her? He looked up, suppressing a laugh. Honey, I don't have a complex about breast fat. Then he leaned close to my ear, whispering with a soft chuckle, but if you have a complex, I can use my entire medical career to help you create a miracle. I was so annoyed, I immediately pinched his abs. Gusharan. Be serious. Who gave you permission to speed up? Even so, I was a little curious. Can breasts really develop a second time? He spread his arms and pulled me into a hug, his voice carrying a hint of coyness. Honey, come back to me, don't be angry anymore. I turned my face away, huffing coldly. No. I think Dr. Han was right, someone who offers themselves will get boring sooner or later. So, I think we're better off as bed buddies. Upon hearing this, his face looked like a deserted bear. Honey, no. I pushed him away, haughtily saying, Dr. Gu, it's time for work. Bye. With that, I turned and walked straight away. That aloof man? Who couldn't do that? As soon as I got home, after finishing dinner, I received a Zalo message from Gusharan. Honey, I'm off work, just finished showering. Accompanying image, a wet body, wrapped only in a towel. 8 distinct abs, water running down the muscle lines to the very bottom. I swallowed. Secretly saved the picture to my phone. Replied extremely coldly, K. He showed typing, for a long time without sending a message. Then another message. Your strawberry bear bedsheets are clean. Accompanying image, a light pink duvet casually covering half his body. You scoundrel. This suggestiveness is intentional. Am I that easily seduced? Continued to save the picture, continued to reply with ice, K. A minute later, another message. Your little teddy bear misses you. Image, the teddy bear I bought, placed on his bed. I gritted my teeth. Don't need it anymore, please throw it away. Throw away all my other stuff at your place too. He. Are you sure? Me, 1. A minute later. Then I'll throw this away too. A picture of my money tree, Gusharan holding it up, his hand right at its lifeline. Me, stopit. Gusharan, dare to touch my money, God, I dare you. Gusharan, come get it. I grabbed my jacket and rushed straight to the elevator. Love can be discussed later. But if I lose my fortune, how will I live? I rushed straight to his place. As soon as I opened the door, I fell into a hot, naked embrace. Gusharan, you dare. The cool scent of shower gel mixed with his hot breath filled my nose. Not good. I was starting to feel dizzy. He lowered his head and chuckled softly. I water it regularly, how could the tree die? I came to get my stuff. Before I could finish, he lifted me up. I was startled and almost screamed, "Talk, don't get your hands all over me. You're shaking my resolve. I'm just here to get my things." I tried to stiffen my neck, keeping a rigid expression. The corner of his lips curved, his voice teasing, "Here. Your things, they've been here a long time." He turned, and his hand pulled out a small dress. "I washed it clean, you can wear it right away." I looked closely. Oh my god, it was the super sheer nightgown I hadn't even had a chance to wear yet. "Want me to help you put it on?" His hot breath wafted by my ear. I started to get flustered. "No, need." He chuckled softly again, his voice low. "Aren't you going to check your things?" I glared, "Then show me." "All right." Before I could react, my hand was led by him under the towel. "This is too much." I took a deep breath. "Gusharin, don't tempt me. I won't let you lead me by the nose anymore. I believe I still have some willpower." He lowered his head and chuckled, his voice drawn out. "Oh, really? I don't feel anything for you now." I stubbornly resisted. A few minutes later. "Honey, but I'm about to drown here." He calmly wiped his hands, placidly watching me lie limp and exhausted. "Honey, tell me, do you want it?" "Oh my god." I surrendered. "Honey, I noticed in your stories, some parts aren't quite accurate to reality." He gave a wicked smile, carried me to the full-length mirror in the room and placed me there. "As your personal doctor, I'll teach you real human physiological anatomy." Clothes fell scattered. I was forced to read sections of my own stories. Every sentence I read aloud, he would practice every detail. And shamelessly pointed at the person in the mirror. "Honey, look, isn't it beautiful?" I dared not look. He even wanted to teach me the breast massage guide. He was getting more and more insane. This damned pervert, he's burning away all my sanity. After a night of frenzy, the next morning I ached all over, too exhausted to even sit up. "Still hurting?" He hugged me from behind, his eyes full of concern. I kicked him. "Gusharin, if I fall for your tricks again, I'll be a dog." "I was wrong, honey." He quickly admitted his mistake, his voice both coaxing and flattering. "I'd been holding back for too long yesterday, I couldn't control myself, next time I'll be gentler." "But, yesterday you also." "Shut up." Seduced by beauty. I let him tempt me again. I pulled the blanket over my head. Suddenly, I noticed, on my ring finger, a sparkling diamond ring shimmered. I froze. It took me a few seconds to regain my composure. "I bought it on your birthday." Gusharin took my hand, gently putting it back on. "I put it on you yesterday, but you were too tired and fell asleep." I was speechless. "So that day, you intended to?" He nodded. "Yes, I wanted to propose." I was silent for a long time. Finally, I spoke, my voice as small as a mosquito. "All this time, I always thought, you loved me less than I loved you." After all, I was the one who pursued him first, and he only agreed to date me because he was pressured. So this proposal was truly unexpected. How could that be? He chuckled softly, his face unable to comprehend my insecurity. "So, what do you love about me?" I tilted my head and asked him directly. He lowered his head and gently kissed my forehead. "I love everything. Being with you, I feel very happy and peaceful. The feeling of being together for a lifetime is truly a happy thing." Suddenly, my heart felt much warmer. "When did you start liking me?" I asked curiously. He cleared his throat. "From the first time I saw you." Eh. "And you still made me pursue you for so long before you agreed." I was so angry I punched him. "If you pursued me too easily, I was afraid you wouldn't cherish me." "You sly fox. How could there be someone like Gusharin, both proper, teasing, and cunning at the same time?" "Honey, agree to me, okay?" My mom has even chosen a good wedding date already. No, no. Clearly, you liked me from the moment you saw me too, yet you made me chase you forever. Now it's your turn to chase me. Just then, a childhood best friend returned from abroad. Jiang Tuesday. Come pick up your fairy sister. I missed you so much. Xingye's booming voice conveniently reached someone else's ears. Who is that? His eyes held 3 parts scrutiny, 7 parts jealousy. I deliberately teased him. He's my first love. Gu Shiren indeed fell silent, his face expressionless as he went to work. Soon after, his junior colleague sent me a string of hot news. Sister-in-law. This morning, Brother Gu wore his stethoscope backward. Just caught him secretly reading. He came back after all these years, and I could only silently retreat. Even eating time is used to research romance novels. Currently reading A Guide to Saving Love When You're Broke and Lost Your Wife. I laughed so hard I almost choked on my rice. Another Zalo message from Gu Shiren came. Honey, do you know where 1 centimeter medial to the left clavicle, at the 5th intercostal space, is? I was bewildered. How would I know? Dr. Gu, it's the apex of the heart. Where the heart beats strongest. I rolled my eyes. Speak human, please. Dr. Gu, it's your spot. Me, I don't know where he gets these cheesy pickup lines. Today, he even rarely left work on time. Honey, I'm off work. Me, I have to pick up a friend. Due to traffic, Xingyi had been waiting at the airport for almost an hour. Just then, another message came. Honey, I have a fever, so tired. I quickly replied. Then you take medicine first, I'll stop by after I pick up my friend. He sent again. No medicine at home, head hurts so much. Never mind, go pick up your friend, you can just ignore me. Have fun, you too. It's okay, a slight fever isn't life-threatening. I stared at the phone screen, my heart in turmoil. Xingye's 8th message called, Jiang Tuesday, what planet did you fly to? Well. I secretly turned the car around, my boyfriend has a fever, you take a taxi home. Are you going back? No. Jiang Tuesday. You're a beauty-obsessed friend despiser. Why isn't he sick early, or sick late, but sick right at this moment? Isn't he a doctor? Doesn't he know how to cure himself? You weak little B***tch. A disguised green tea leaf. Believe it or not, tomorrow I'm going to his clinic to complain. I hung up, hastily sped back. As soon as I entered the door, I saw Gu Shiren wrapped in a blanket, curled up on the sofa. Are you really feverish? I reached out and touched his forehead. He immediately reached out and pulled me into a tight hug, his voice hoarse and somewhat alluring. Want to try? I have a 38-degree fever? Gu Shiren, you sly fox. What an amazing act. He rubbed his head against my neck, his voice soft and full of vulnerability. Your first love has returned. I chuckled, my fingers pinching his flushed ear. Oh, really, Dr. Gu, are you planning a silent retreat? He immediately gripped my wrist, pinning me down on the sofa. I want a promotion. Hot kisses rained down. He was both domineering and pathetic as he whispered, you can't see him. Please. The end.